And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 114 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I am your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers.
We'll happily drink them.
We sure will. And HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can visit the merch shop. We have some new, I know it is past Mother's Day, but we have some Mother's Day designs up there. And also ones that are just not for Mother's Day. You got like Cat Mom and, I don't know, you got some Dog Mom.
Dog Mom, Pug Mom, everyday moms.
Yeah, all the moms.
Moms should always be celebrated.
That's right. So, yeah, you can get those all there at the merch shop, HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can also become a monthly fucky supporter. Ooh. You can be a little fucky for $1 a month. You can be a medium fucky for $5 a month, or you can be a big old fucky for $10 a month.
How do you become a fucky, Nate?
You have to go to HansonsOnHiatus.com. But we want to thank some of our fuckies. Sydney, Luis, Manny, Hispanic Store, Brian P., Antonio, Chrissy, Christina, Stephanie, Kimberly, Tom, and I'm sure there's a bunch more. So thank you so much, everybody that's been supporting the podcast. If you are enjoying the stories and the information, feel free to sign up and become a monthly fucky supporter.
We would love to see you.
Yes.
We love all our fuckies.
Yes. I also want to say this episode is sponsored by The Garden Guy. That is fucky supporter Kyle. And they do, they're in Georgia, and they do raised garden boxes. They do garden maintenance. So kind of like the box that we used to have when we lived in Alpharetta.
Yeah, you built me a nice little garden box. That was highlight of my 2020.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are interested in a raised garden box or garden maintenance, you can reach Kyle at gardenguyga@gmail.com.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. We love it.
Yeah, super cool. And also like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We be there.
We just got a text message. It was in my family group from my brother, and he sent this. It's really weird. Now I'm getting them with him, but you will either send me videos or I'll send you ones from TikTok that we've both already seen. Like they've been in our feed. Is it like, I thought it was you and I because we are on like the same Wi-Fi, so it's like shooting the same stuff to our, our IP address or whatever. Yeah. But then my brother Alex had just sent us this TikTok. I just saw this one like literally this morning.
Wow.
So I wonder why we're getting fed kind of the same video. I mean, of the billions of videos that's on TikTok, why are we getting the same ones?
I feel like we share a lot of Reels and TikTok videos, so maybe
they just think that's our style or
we're in the
sense of
same
humor.
loop now. I try not, when people send videos, I try not to click on links because I feel like it's going to change your algorithm, but it's too late. Our whole family, we're all in the same algorithm.
Yeah.
Nonstop pugs and cats.
Right. But yeah, so this TikTok he sent was this girl skipping through the woods, and it was something along the lines of like, skipping is superior. Why is nobody skipping anymore?
Yes.
And everybody in the comments was saying, yeah, why don't people skip anymore and stuff? And my brother said this, and I was like, well, to be fair, people aren't not skipping anymore.
Right.
It's just we are adults now, and nobody over 10 skips.
Like if you would just take a moment to think about it.
Yeah, like
who skips?
Exactly.
Children.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like it's not nobody skips anymore. Just it's not like the 40-year-olds in the 80s were skipping, and then they're like, all right, guys, no more skipping for adults.
I love that. There'd be like a boomer complaint. No one's skipping anymore. I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But no, I think it's just kids that skip for some reason. And then you kind of grow out of it at a certain age.
I've seen some kind of like health forward Reels or TikTok, whatever, videos that say the same thing kind of about skipping, that you should still try and skip, like when you're working out or running, try and skip a little bit, because it is something that we lose and you get stiff and then you don't have that same kind of spring.
Yeah.
When older people start slowing down, they literally cannot skip anymore. So I've been skipping at the track when we go there and do our laps. I'll take a few skips now and then.
It is kind of fun.
It is fun. It makes you happy. You're like, oh my God, I forgot. And then I'm exhausted.
Yes. So yeah, keep on skipping.
Keep on skipping, people. Try it out. It's hilarious. I was cracking myself up.
Yeah. Well, this past weekend was Mother's Day. As we said, we do have up on Hansons on Hiatus.com. We got the Mother's Day merch shit.
Shit.
Stuff. But what did you send your mom for Mother's Day?
I'm lucky because my mom's birthday is also in May.
Gotcha.
So I usually send her kind of like, since we're not there, I'll send her a joint gift.
Ooh, yeah,
Like-
joint. All right, what's up? Tote, tote. Puff, puff, puff. Pass, Cindy.
Not mailing her joints from Mexico, but like a little box of kind of Mother's Day trinkets and birthday trinkets at the same time. I sent her like, she walks a lot, so I sent her a couple visors, a couple girly bracelets, got her like a little hangy thing from here. It's like a peacock you hang. I don't know. She likes peacocks and flamingos, you know. Mom Florida
mom stuff. Yeah.
Dollar Tree stuff. She
Yeah.
loves that shit.
Yeah, I sent my mom a pie.
Which right up her alley.
Yeah, because it's hard to get gifts for your mom, especially when you get older and, like your parents are established. They have the money to buy things that they want,
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't buy her. What am I going to buy her? Like a dress or something? She knows what she wants of that type of stuff.
Exactly. And it's hard when you're not there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
different.
but a dessert on Mother's Day. So I got her a French silk pie from Baker Square in West Des Moines, Iowa.
She loved it. She said it was delicious.
Yeah, and she took some to my grandma and stuff too, which I always feel like that's not weird, but I know people don't agree with me, but I feel like it's weird to do Mother's Day things or say Happy Mother's Day to people that are not your mother. Like I feel like your grandma obviously is somebody's mother. I mean, your mom's mother or your dad's mother, but they're not your mother. So is that weird to?
I don't think so because I grew up saying to my yayas, my grandmothers, Happy Mother's Day. They're still mothers. They're not your direct mother.
True.
But they're the reason you're here because they gave birth to your mother.
Yeah. Well, what about like our neighbors or something? Like you say it to the neighbors?
Yeah.
Because you were saying it to everybody. You were just like whipping it out. You're sending Happy Mother's Day to like our neighbor that's like 70 years old that her kids are full grown now and everything.
Well, she's also a dog mom.
True,
so I was telling her more so like Happy Mother's Day to Cheyenne, her pup.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I look at it. If you're a dog or cat mom or, people mom.
Yeah. No,
Happy
don't have a
Mother's
problem
Day.
with it. It just seems odd to me. I don't think about that. Like if I just see some female, I'm not like, oh, Happy Mother's Day.
Maybe it's like a female thing because I don't know if I do it as much for Father's Day. I'm not like,
probably
hey,
not.
Ryan down the hall, Happy Father's Day for your dog.
Yeah. But I did have a question. So my cousin's girlfriend is pregnant right now, and I don't know how far along she is. But do you say Happy Mother's Day to somebody who's pregnant?
Happy early Mother's Day.
Yeah. Or you just say it next year when they actually have a
Yeah,
baby.
probably next year.
Okay.
I would think. I don't know. I don't know. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've never said it early, so no.
We don't have a lot of pregnant friends typically either,
Sure,
so
no.
who knows? But
Maybe I have.
I didn't say it because I wasn't sure. I didn't know if that was like is that like jinxing them? Like how they're
Yeah,
when
don't
you're pregnant, you're not supposed to say it till a certain date in case
Yeah.
something goes wrong or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't say it to any pregnant ladies.
We
so
won't go there.
Hopefully that's okay.
Since we're unclear, we'll just stay away from
Yes.
that.
But my dad this is off the subject, but my dad messaged us the other day, or maybe it was my mom, and he broke his hand cleaning the boat, tripping over batteries, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish there's probably security footage there somewhere.
I wish there was.
Yeah.
Not that I want to see him get hurt, but I'm sure it was funny.
Because he famously in our family told us this story of how he was doing some yard work in the backyard, and our backyard is sloped in my childhood home. And
It's more than a slope. It's like a
a
hill.
It's a decline for
Yeah.
sure. And he was doing some stuff in the yard, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was some bees. Like he must have disturbed some nest, and they started attacking him and like flew up his shirt. So he's running around crazy trying to get the bees off, and then he trips and falls, rolls down the hill, and then when he stands up, he's literally cartoon steps on a rake. The rake flies up, hits him in the forehead, and then he falls over again. So me and my brother were crying when he was telling us this story. We're just picturing my dad like in this like Wile E. Coyote situation.
Oh my God. That really happens?
Yeah,
People
I guess.
step on rakes?
Yeah, apparently. Well, I guess if you leave them out.
When was this? A while ago?
Oh, yeah. This was like years ago.
So
but
there's probably no like video footage.
no,
of it.
not in the backyard.
Poor
but
Mark. We feel bad for you, Mark.
I know, but now I feel bad for him about this. But I mean, That would be kind of a funny video of him, like,
It would be
doing
funny.
whatever, tripping over the batteries, or
And
maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know.
He's a good sport. He's good at laughing at himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, look at me."
So, he feels better, but damn,
He
breaking
doesn't-
your hand when you're 70-some years old is probably not fun.
At least he doesn't have to have surgery. I think.
Yeah,
he
that's
said.
true. That's true.
So that's good.
Some other sad news we saw, and actually you got your Jekyll shirt on. We did see that Jekyll in Georgia is ceasing operations.
Oh, they're our OG
I know.
Atlanta brewery.
That was like our first home in Atlanta. Was the one on Marconi.
Yeah,
the-
Marconi. We called it macaroni.
Yeah, I think it took us like a year and a half to realize it is not macaroni.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I thought it was macaroni
But
street.
those are some good days. Like I said, one of our first craft breweries besides Sweetwater in Georgia. And we go up there and go to the tap room. And those were in the days before that you could sell to the consumer.
Yeah.
So I remember it was $14. You would get like a glass.
Yeah.
With like 5 or 7 drink tickets in it.
That was 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They look like those little raffle tickets.
Yeah, the drink raffle tickets. And then you got a crowler, like a 25-ounce crowler of whatever beer you wanted to go.
It was
So
a steal.
it was because a lot of people would go and they wouldn't drink all their beer and eat all the tickets. So then we would get them from other people. So we would just sit there for hours just getting fucking hammered because
We never left there without a good buzz
Yeah.
going on.
yeah, but it was I think it was like the laws at the time you couldn't sell directly to the consumer. So what they were doing is they were selling you a tour,
Mhm.
and then the complimentary beer was included along with the tour.
I remember we probably went on that tour like 30 times. You could have given it. We were like, oh, that's not what the last tour
Yeah,
guy said. We're
nope,
like comparing
yeah.
notes. Like, oh, what about this part?
Yeah, that is not what Cooter Brown said.
Yeah, Jekyll Island? Where? What?
But we really loved the brewery because they started off as a GoFundMe, and when they were in that little beer house, they had on the wall everybody's name behind where the bands would play of the people that donated to the GoFundMe. So we thought that was a super cool thing to support. And then also they actually had a story. They were named after Jekyll Island, which is supposedly the first brewery in the state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And all the beers had kind of general names, and so, like or a Cooter Brown, or there was like I think there was like a General Sherman beer or something like that. But
but theme.
yeah, but the tour, it wasn't just like, here's our bright tanks, here's with where we go and process this or package that. It was like it was a history tour, so that's what we really enjoyed. And one of the co-founders, Josh, he was they did the beer for us for our wedding.
Yeah.
We did the pineapple habanero coconut.
Yes.
Yeah, it was tropic like it's hot.
Tropic like it's hot.
Yeah, but then they kept it in the tap room and they changed it to what was it, like Coco Pina or something like that?
Yeah, they changed a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, they had it for quite a while. But yeah, I'm super sad. I am sad about the idea of Jekyll closing, but I've heard it's like kind of just a shell of what it was when we were living there in Georgia. I know Josh left a few years ago. He wasn't happy with, I think they were spreading themselves too thin. The other co-founder was, I don't know, more of a business guy, it sounded like. He was more about making money and investors and this and that. And I think they had to file for bankruptcy. So I think he was like, I'm fucking out of here, our buddy Josh. And then after that, they built the big one in downtown Alpharetta, which it was a nice spot, but it lost that feel. It felt like a corporate restaurant that also kind of did beer on the side.
What was that downtown area in Alpharetta that it was in? Or like, not Avalon?
No,
Park, or-
Avalon's near there, but
Okay.
yeah, I know what just
Around there.
down. In the
It was
downtown.
nice, but yeah, it didn't have the same feel and the same vibe like you were saying. And
Yeah.
that
So
sucks.
yeah, it's too
Josh-
bad. And then I guess they opened 2 other locations too.
Oh,
It's like,
wow.
oh well, yeah. Now you're really spreading yourself pretty thin. So
yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
great beer. Josh and his wife came to our wedding. I wish them the best, but yeah, that really sucks.
Well, he opened Hyde Brewing, which I thought was funny because they were
Yes.
Jekyll, he's Hyde, and they did a beer I just saw recently with the news of their close. Clearly, it didn't end well because they did a beer called Karma, and it has
Ooh.
Jekyll in the background. It's
so
like,
maybe we
ugh.
don't know the whole. the
Yeah,
whole
well,
tea.
from what I understand, I mean, I'm going to side with Josh because
Yeah.
he was our first friend from the brewery, and he's like he's more of like the brewmaster, the artist of the beer. He doesn't give a shit about the business stuff. So, corporate always ruins fucking everything in businesses.
It was such a good brewery. Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we wish them the best and the beer the best.
Yeah.
We'll
we'll have to try Hyde when we get there.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
We need an Atlanta trip.
Yeah.
Good excuse.
Yeah. So our elevator is still out. And I was making dinner, and I was telling you about the elevator maintenance guy that had came the other day. And while I was doing this, I was also telling our Amazon Echo to set a timer for 10 minutes for dinner that I was cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went and set the timer, they were also listening. So this is what Alexa named our dinner timer. Alexa, what's the name of my timer?
You have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on your what. It didn't work the first time. He said he had to send the part back, and then the guy showed up 2 or 3 times, and then he said they fixed it in timer.
Oh my God.
She always listens to me. Like, she doesn't listen to you for anything.
No, I can whisper, I can yell at her. She's just like, nope, not doing it. And you're like, she'll listen to you for hours, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't believe it caught that much.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't really realize, I heard it, and I'm like, why is this so long? Then I asked, hey, Alexa, how much time is left on my timer? Alexa, how much time left on my timer?
You have less than 10 seconds left on your what. It didn't work the first time. He said he had to send the part back, and then the guy showed up 2 or 3 times, and then he said they fixed it in timer.
And then says it again. It's like the longest fucking timer in the world. Super annoying.
You did it like 5 times. I was like, make her shut up. Make her shut up.
It reminds me of that collect call commercial. It's like, my name is Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy.
Yeah. Hang up.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
So
but
funny.
yeah, she's always listening.
Always listening. But I thought she was getting old and couldn't hear as well, but apparently she can.
Yep.
Just sexist.
Let's see, what else have we been doing this last week? Oh, well, your friend Lindsay, your high school friend, is visiting us here in Mexico right now.
My bestie from high school. I was trying to think when we started high school, because I moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Columbus, Ohio, and it must have been like 98, 99, and we met pretty soon after I had moved there. So, new girl in Columbus. In the city. I don't know anybody. And I remember she was so sweet and helpful in like my English class. So we hit it off right away.
Nice.
We were both like, we're short, blonde, brunette. Let's go.
Yeah. So we saw her last year when we were driving through Columbus on the way to see your grandma in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But before that, when was the last time that you saw her?
We haven't seen each other probably 10 years.
Since Vegas.
Yeah, no. I mean, Vegas wasn't just 10 years ago.
Yeah, but wasn't it like 2012?
True. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so
yeah,
just a little over. It was 13 years, I guess.
Yeah.
But is that like the last kind of time?
No, I've seen her since then because I would go to Columbus for Christmas and different things, but it's been a while.
We met in 2012, and I don't think you went back to Columbus since then.
Yeah, I guess
by
not.
yourself.
So yeah, maybe it has been.
And at the time, you guys were what? You were in college?
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, you were in the corporate world in 2012, right?
Yeah. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I was working then. I wasn't in college anymore.
Yeah.
Graduated college in 2008.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. So, she is. This is not a negative thing, but straight edge.
Yeah.
And just like my buddy Prince, and doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do any of that stuff. Totally understandable.
Totally fine.
But it is hard to find stuff for people to do here in a touristy town in Mexico that doesn't involve some kind of margaritas or drinks or beers or something like that.
Because everything involves that.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, that's what most people, when you're going on a Caribbean vacation, that's what you look for. Like, people are always, I can't wait to get a drink in my hand with a little umbrella and a piece of fruit on the side. Like, that's what you kind of envision when you tell people about going on like a Caribbean or ocean type trip.
Exactly.
So yeah, it is a little difficult. And then I was like, I kind of feel bad. I'm like, is it okay if I have a beer? And normally they don't care, but yeah. So we went to Cozumel yesterday, did a bunch of that was fine too, because I like to snorkel. So if you're with somebody else that doesn't drink, then they're like, okay, let's fucking snorkel. So it was great. We did a lot of snorkeling, saw a ton of fish.
It was great. It was a perfect day. It was hot, but not too hot, and It was great. She had a blast. She had a fun time. Like to go snorkeling for free on an island, that's unheard of.
No, yeah.
She thought we were gonna have to take a tour and pay money and do this. I'm like, I got my own tour guide right here.
That's right. Well, and the side note, if you guys are listeners to the Daily Dose podcast, like I said, I put it out there to Brandon. They need to do a listener event down here, do a cruise over to Cozumel, and then we'll pick them up with a big van or a bus or something like that, and we'll take people to go do stuff in Cozumel.
That would be hilarious. I don't see anything going wrong with that. Just kidding.
So if you are, if you are listening to that podcast, throw it out to Brandon again. Be like, hey, like get on this. So like they kind of have to organize it because they're gonna have to have a way to get down from the listeners from Atlanta down to Cape Canaveral or wherever you would leave from. So they'd probably have to organize some kind of bus. And then, everybody just pays their own way on the cruise. And then I'd figure it out from this end. I do the Mexico portion of it.
Yes. Daily Dose Cozumel 2026.
Yes. And then let's see, what else are you guys going to do? You're going to do the Te Mezcal?
Yes. I think we're going to check that out. She's really interested in any kind of,
It's just like a sweat lodge kind of thing, right?
Yeah, sweat lodge type of thing.
Go on a little vision quest.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they do it with like ayahuasca with some mind-altering drugs, but
not doing that this time.
No, this is just like the sweat it out kind of.
Yeah, we're gonna sweat it out. She's
Nice.
all about, we doing our walks. Took her to get fresh juices. She loved my juice lady. Just all the fresh. She's here for the fresh food and the fruits that we're always posting
Nice.
about.
The tacos.
The tacos. I think her first day, she's like, all I had was like 6 tacos today. Tacos all day long. But that's how you eat here, you know?
Yeah. Well, speaking of tacos, so we went to one of our favorite taco places, which I'm very disappointed in this situation. We went and got some tacos at El Fogón, and they do al pastor tacos where they cut it off the spit with like pork and pineapple and cheese and everything, and then they also have some sirloin tacos. Super cheap. They're like $1.
Yeah.
And after all 3 of us got tacos and each got a drink and everything, the total was like 430 pesos.
Right.
So like 21, 22 bucks.
Cheap.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. Normally I'd probably do like 15% because that's a good tip here.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to do 20 because the bill's a little bit lower because it is such a cheap place. So I'm going to be nice to this waiter who's pretty good, younger guy.
And we go there a lot. We love that restaurant.
Yeah.
So we want them to keep going.
So what happens in Mexico is they never take your credit card from you, or if you're paying by card. It's always they bring the terminal to the table, and they scan it right there, so it never leaves your sight. The only awkward part is you have to tell them what you want to tip them to their face.
They're like getting you all set up, and they're like, tips? Do you want to add some tips?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
So, but it wasn't a big deal. So like I do the card, and he said, would you like to leave a tip? And I said, yeah, 20%. I said it in Spanish. And so I see him, and I'm kind of watching, but I'm talking to you guys at the same time. I see him hit 20, and then I said something to you guys, and then I kind of glance back, and I see him hit back, and then go back and to hit 20 again, which is what I'm thinking he's doing. Like sometimes, the little terminals don't get serviced, and they have to like hold it up, outside to get the Wi-Fi or the, the cell service. And I see him go back, and I'm thinking he's going to go hit 20 again. And I see him type something in, and then it's processing. Right. And I see underneath it is 105 pesos he put in for the tip. Huh. Well, 20% of 430 is like 86 pesos. So I'm like, why is this 105? And then by the time it is gone through, I realize, oh, this guy fucked me. He put in his own tip, which the difference between 105 pesos is like a little over $5. Yeah. 84 is like, let's just say $4. So it's only $1. Right. But it's kind of the principle of it. Right. In my head, I'm like, what am I going to do? Okay. So let's say I call him out and say, hey, that's not 20%. Right. And then he said, what do you mean? Da-da-da. Then I have to get a manager, and then they have to come and reverse the charge, which they might not even do because it's such a fucking low amount. Right. And I get him in trouble, which he should be in trouble for that. I don't want him to lose his job because yes, it is only $1. I can't afford that. I probably would have given it to him if he would have asked. I mean, said, hey,
can I just round this up?
Yeah, or whatever. But it's just like, and so I didn't say anything, but am I wrong for not saying anything? I didn't want to deal with the hassle, but am I just allowing this to continue? You know what I mean?
I mean, usually we are very aware. We pay attention. we go certain places because we know there is a quality of service or we've been there before. But I mean, yeah, I get the side you're saying, the principle of the thing, but at the same time, like maybe he needed it more. It isn't that much of a difference, but you know, next time we go, is it going to be even more? Are they doing that to everybody that's not paying attention? Are they doing more than 20%? You know, obviously more than 20%, but I mean, in that instance, no. If it was a lot more, I would have been like, no, come back. I'm not leaving until you fix this.
Yeah, but then am I contributing to what if he decides to start doing it even more? Because, you know, I'm like, I was pretty aware, but like, he's assuming I'm a tourist and I'm not paying attention and I can afford it and da-da-da-da-da, which that pisses me off more that he thinks I'm a tourist and was trying to fucking scam me over, which he did, I guess. But
you did have flamingos on your pants, probably.
Did I? No. No, I didn't. Yeah, so I don't know. So you guys leave a message in the comments. Should I have complained or should I just let it slide because he probably needs it more than I do? It's just me like just thinking if it was a one-off thing, but I know he's doing this to everybody that he thinks is unsuspecting, and he didn't give me you were like, you were like, what's wrong? And I was kind of giving this look, but I was like, what am I going to do? Make a scene now? It's already processed, and it's such a bitch to get anything like refunded. And he purposely did not give me the receipt, so I didn't have any proof of it. You know, even though I have it on my card or whatever, but. Yeah, I don't know. So I didn't say anything.
You should have told me then and there because I would have been like, amigo, I need my receipt and we have a question.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks too because I was trying to be nice. I gave him more than I should have given him, you know, or standard to give him. So it's like, come on, bro.
Let's just throw it back out in the universe as like a good karma thing. He might need that dollar more than we did, obviously, and it'll come back around to us. So
well, and the other thing is this is getting to be low season, so there's less tourists. So there's a post in one of the Facebook, like the foodie groups in the city, and they're like, you know, I got screwed over. Like it was at that Sonora Grill, and it was like their bill was like 2,500 pesos, and the one they gave them, and then the other one that they brought was 4,000 pesos. Like it was like almost I think about $100 more.
Like their final tab, they tipped themselves $100.
No, they didn't tip them. They changed the steak. They had like I don't know. Let's say it was 1,000 peso steak. They changed it to like a 2,000 peso steak on the final bill. Like they switched it out.
Not cool.
So they started a post about it and then said, "Hey, everybody that's ever had a problem with any restaurant, you know, adding tips, doing this, like let's throw them down here, and so everybody's aware of them." Which I don't know how I feel about that either, because if it's like this situation. I don't want people to not go to the taco place because it's a good taco place. I feel like the owner should be made aware before you put them on blast on Facebook, because it might have been this one guy that's like doing this, you know, a certain waiter. It's not like the business's standard.
Everyone,
you know, because
we've been Alpha Gone 100 times, never had a problem. This has never happened. This guy was younger, so maybe and you would think. I know low season, there are less people here, but instead of screwing or like upcharging the people, and not just screwing, prices do seem to go up a little bit over the summer when we're here because they know less people are here. Instead of, you know, price gouging your locals that live here or your local expats, how about give us some deals and then we'll come out more. Nobody's out here. I would love to go out all the time, but your prices are the same or more now. You're not even giving any summer specials or summer deals, or you're closed half the time. So I don't know. It seems backwards here sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't make well, and then sometimes it's more expensive. Or, I mean, it's more expensive during high season because they know people are here that will pay it, and then they raise the prices there. So it's hard to tell, but
I haven't got it down yet.
Nope. But other than that, kind of an uneventful weekend, Alexis.
Sorry. I was just thinking.
No, I just meant, do you agree with me?
Oh, yes.
Was this uneventful?
I thought you were making fun of me.
No.
I wasn't feeling the best, and I was trying to conserve all my energies for when my friend was coming, because I know we'd be like, go, 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 go.
Yeah. But this weekend is crazy.
Of course, right back at it.
Yeah,
you know?
We're back into it.
We have nothing to do this weekend. Just wait till next weekend.
It's a very eventful weekend, just so you know.
Events.
Today, actually, so, you know, we recorded this prior, but this morning we got to Xcaret at 3:30 a.m.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm tired. I can already feel it.
For the Travesía Sagrada, which is the sacred journey, and this is the Mayan journey that we go to every year. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've probably heard us talk about it before. This, so the Eco Park Xcaret, which is, it's like the Disney of Mexico. We always talk about. It's like a natural park that they've built it up and built around it.
Right.
They do different events, and this is the Mayan city of Pole. It was actually a real Mayan village before the park was built around it, and there's some ruins there and everything. Yeah. But they do this recreation of this 500-year-old, I don't know, like ceremony, I guess. Yeah, ritual. Yes. Where a bunch of the guys dress up in the Mayan garb, and they have canoes and everything, and they paddle. I think it's 15 miles across the channel over to Cozumel.
And it's guys and girls. All shapes
yeah. Oh, yeah,
and
it's
sizes,
everybody.
All walks of life. We've seen old people, young people, middle-aged people. It's crazy.
Yeah, so they go over there. The ceremony is, or the ritual is, they go over to see the goddess Ixchel, I believe it is. It's the Mayan goddess who is a deity of fertility, the moon, and gestation.
Wow, busy.
And so when they go over, or this is like what they would do back in the day, they'd go over there and they'd seek the advice and the wisdom of the goddess through the oracle, and then they'd make the return trip to bring the good news back to the community. So it was about, and it was a Mayan shipping port, so it's about, or they were asking, what's our future hold for this year or whatever.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you know all that. This is your event. You love that so much. I think it's crazy that, now these people in this day and age are reenacting this, recreating this in actual wooden canoes, heading over there. But I couldn't imagine doing this back in the day. At least now, the waters are like, they won't do it unless the waters are pretty calm. If it's too windy or wavy, they kind of postpone things. They know what they're doing. They know what time to go there and come back. Back in the day, you're just like, well, we hope we make it. And we hope we make it back.
And they're like, and there's a hurricane.
Yeah. Like, what if something comes through and they're just, they never made it back? Oh my God.
And this was like, I believe Pole was like a late classic Mayan civilization. So they really didn't live on the coast until like the late post classic era of the Mayan civilization. So this happened between like the 1200s and like the 1500s or something. So
even more so to be like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Get luck paddling to that random island out there. Oh my gosh.
Hopefully you come back in a few days.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
And when they do this and they go, the guys that have volunteered to do this, they've been training for 6 months, like 4 days a week. I've been wanting to do this for a few years. I got to get in early, I guess, this year. So maybe I'll ask them how I can apply.
Maybe we get you like a really good tan and dye your hair darker, and then they'll think you're maybe Mexican.
Yeah, maybe.
And they'll let you in.
And I'll say pedo way a lot.
There you go.
Que pedo way. But yeah, so this should be super fun. Your friend has never experienced this before, so it should be a good long day because we got to get there, we got here at 3:30 a.m. Yeah. And then I think we're staying till like 7 or 8. Yeah, probably at least 8.
We want to see the show, but I explained, we'll have some lunch. There's hammocks. We can take a nap. The rest of the day, we're just bumming around, looking at butterflies and aquariums and chilling out. So it should be okay.
Good, relax. But that is just Friday. Yeah. Saturday, we got another big day. Yes. Sting.
The Sting.
The Sting.
73-year-old Sting.
Yeah. Is performing for free in Tulum, and we have tickets.
So excited for free.
Yeah, it's gonna be our first like real concert in Quintana Roo.
Yes.
Like the first real concert where we get to see somebody of name, of notoriety.
That we know, that are big.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah, so it should be super awesome. I guess he's going to go on at 10 p.m. How long do you think Sting plays?
At home, it's normally the headliner is a couple hours, and
go on at 9, be done by 11.
Right, because like noise ordinance, this is in the jungle in Tulum, so they don't give a fuck when you start or stop, I guess. Yeah. It's just going to keep going. But isn't Sting going to be tired? 10 o'clock? Really?
Yeah, how old is he?
73.
Well, he's a 70-year-old, but there's a lot of people that are running marathons and shit when they're 73.
True.
I don't even know.
And he looks pretty fit.
I know, obviously I know Sting, but I can't think of Sting songs off the top of my head.
I got you covered, babe.
Give me some.
Well,
you're like, well, not off the top of my head.
There's all the one from the Police when he's with the Police. And then the album I really love is 10 Sumner's Tales. That's what I grew up. My dad's a musician. Right. I grew up listening to that a lot. So I'm really hoping. And my dad took me to see him I think I was trying to think the other day, 96 or 97. I remember going like 10 or 12 years old to Sting, and he was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every Breath You Take. I know that. Desert Rose. Fields of Gold. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Is that him?
Yeah.
Really?
That
Okay.
one.
Message in a Bottle. Roxanne.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of these are with
good. Police.
the police, like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the band. Yeah.
I'm sure do you think he's allowed to do, it's his band.
Oh, I'm
so
sure.
he can do any
I'm
of
sure
them.
there's some. Yeah, we could probably look up his set list, to be honest.
True. Yeah, look up his last concert, wherever it was. And I wonder, is he doing like is he on a tour right now? Is this a one-off thing? They're like, hey, I want to come to Tulum.
I think so. Well, what day is it?
17th.
The 17th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be at Red Rocks on the 18th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Get out of Mexico. Go to...
Yeah, and where is he right now? He was just in Spain like 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Okay, so, yeah, he's playing at 10. He's fine.
Oh, okay. He had a good little set list here.
Oh.
Did 13 songs. Started off with Message in a Bottle.
Very nice.
Englishman in New York. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Fields of Gold. Spirits in the Material World.
Nice.
Can't Stand Losing You. Another Police song. Shape of My Heart. I Wrote Your Name. Walking on the Moon.
Nice.
So Lonely. Desert Rose. Every Breath You Take. And he ends with Roxanne.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I got chills.
But if he's
Woo.
playing for 2 hours like he would in the U.S., we're not going to be able to see the end of it.
I know.
If he starts at 10, our bus is at 12:15 a.m.
That's the other thing here. It's like nothing is super organized. So
Right.
to throw a concert in, I'm just like, oh my God. Because some of our friends today, I heard he's going on at 9:30. And I'm like, well, Nate asked and they said 10. So maybe we need to be wherever we're supposed to be sitting or standing by 9:30.
Yeah, maybe. But it's Mexico. They're not early.
No.
If anything, he'll be on at 10:30.
Seems like, hurry up. I got a bedtime at midnight.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's gonna be fun. So we'll have some good
excited.
stories about this stuff next week. We're not doing Getting High with the Hansons this week because we got in trouble last week.
We're in trouble already.
I know. The intro that I made, even though it's literally 3 seconds long, YouTube picked up the Cypress Hill song and dinged us for copyright infringement.
Come
so
on.
so I'm gonna have to make a new one. But this isn't really a high moment. Getting high with the Hansons, but it's kind of a fun thing to do. We were making up fake bar names when we were in Cozumel, just like little hole in the wall bars.
Yeah.
And what did we come up with? The Muddy Turtle, Salty Grasshopper, Coconut Nipple.
Coconut nibble.
But we're just saying that like we saw a turtle that was muddy and we're like, oh, the Muddy Turtle. You know, like when you play those games, we're like, oh, that'd be a good name for a band.
Yeah.
We found out the formula for a good bar name is adjective, noun.
Yes.
So something like the Goofy Goat or the Stinky Taco.
Stinky taco.
Yeah. So any kind of adjective first. Can you think of any of them? Or like what would you make?
My favorite was the coconut nipple. I like that.
Oh
one.
yeah.
That
Well, that
was
doesn't
a
really
good one.
follow our formula technically. But
Well,
like
true.
like the bar in Isla Mujeres, the soggy peso.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's a
good one.
soggy dollar one somewhere else too.
That's so
But yeah,
funny.
it's yeah.
I got none. Those
No.
were all yesterday. I was
Yeah, I just need like an adjective, tasty. We need an animal or some kind of noun. There's a banana behind you. The tasty banana.
Tasty banana.
It's a gay bar, but you know.
Oh yeah, and then we were going woo for everything. So we were saying, oh, a bar would be the Woo Boys or the Woo Girls.
That's true. Yeah, but
like
stinky taco and the tasty banana coming to a city near you.
I'm going to the tasty banana. Maybe the pina colada.
Yeah, right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. If you guys have any questions for us, I didn't see any on the comments from this last week's episode, but if you do have any, feel free to either message us on Instagram or just comment below in the episode, and we will answer them on the following episode. So, yeah, let us know.
We're on it.
Yep.
We'll watch for him.
Yeah, so if you want to support the podcast, buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers. And hansonsonhiatus.com. You can find all the links to the podcast, Spotify, YouTube. We have the merch shop up there. You can become a monthly Fucky supporter. You can do the one-off donating the virtual beers. Any help you guys could be, super appreciate it. Keep this podcast running.
We always appreciate you.
We sure do. So like, follow, share, subscribe. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.